Hello, I'm Rob, and this is another video tutorial by Information Mine.
In this tutorial, we will show you how to create a VLOOKUP formula. We have some sample cells pre-filled in so that we can see the results of the VLOOKUP formula. If we change the cell labeled ID, we will see the names change to reflect the new ID. Let's take a look at the actual VLOOKUP formula. You can see that the formula needs several pieces of information, which we will discuss. Let's delete the formulas and rebuild from scratch. Type in an equals sign, type V, then L, and then tab. Excel pops up the formula and parameter information for the formula. We will now explore and explain these parameters in detail. The VLOOKUP formula has 4 parameters. The first parameter is the lookup value. This is the piece of information that we do know, and it will help us find a piece of information that we don't know. Let's say we were trying to use a phone book to look up a phone number. You know the name, and it would help you find the phone number. The second parameter in the formula is the table array. This is the block of data that will be searched, with the first column always being the column that contains the lookup value. The third parameter is the column index number. This must be a number, which represents the column of the table array to return. The first column is column number 1. The fourth parameter can be true or false, but we must stress the fact that 99% of the time it should be false, or you may receive unexpected results when you do not have an exact match. Let's return to rebuilding this formula. We begin by typing an equal sign. Start typing the formula name, and as it appears, press Tab to rapidly select it. The first parameter is the lookup value. Let's use the mouse to select C4, as we will use the value in that cell to find a match. Then type in a comma. The second parameter is the table array. Let's use the mouse to select a block of data from C10 to F19. After selecting the data, we recommend pressing F4 immediately to turn the cell range into an absolute cell range. Note the dollar signs before each row and column combination. Then type in another comma. The third parameter needed is the column index number. Remember, this must be a number. The first name is the second column in our data block, in our example, so type in a 2, followed by a comma. The fourth and final parameter we recommend putting in false, as normally you want to return an exact match for your lookup value. Type in the word false, followed by a closing parenthesis, and press enter. Notice how the matching first name for that ID is filled in. Now let's enter the VLOOKUP formula again, but let's work on the last name now. Let's move to the cell we want the result in. Start entering the formula by touching the equals sign, V, then L, then tab. Hitting the tab key saves you some time and puts in the opening parenthesis. Let's click the ID cell as the lookup value and then enter a comma. Then let's pick the data block again, remembering to press F4 to create absolute cell references, and then enter another comma. The last name is the third column in the data block now, so enter a 3, followed by a comma. We finish up by typing in false. You can type in the closing parenthesis, or if you press enter, Excel will do it for you. Great, now we can see that that formula works. Now let's have some fun and copy our sample row down several rows. We will use the mouse to select C4 to E4, and then drag on the little black square at the bottom right of our selection. Excel has automatically incremented our IDs when we copied it down, in an effort to help us. Let's type in some random values to demonstrate that the formulas are working.
Thank you for watching another video tutorial by Information Mine.